What is up, people? Dobbsyrules is right here, and welcome to another special video like I did last time. Welcome to Cooking with Dobbsy. It's been a while since I last did this, hasn't it? Whilst I'm here talking to you guys on the stream, Bella's over there sleeping like a little tiny cherub, even though she's the dog. So today's episode, we're going to be cooking random shit. I'm joking. Pretty much, as you guys know, it's around that time nowadays. Well, it's that time of the day now where people are going home after finishing work and you want to go ahead and eat something. So I thought to myself, why not eat something that is quite hearty but also have a pudding at the same time? That's why I'm doing 2 dishes today. Oh, you guys are going to be one lucky bitches, aren't you? But today is pretty much nice, simple, very quick, very easy. I can easily explain it as I go along, because some of it I've already pre-prepared myself. Because if I didn't pre-prepare any of it, this is going to take for fucking ever, as you guys know. So today we're doing a panko chicken with fried vegetables, with rice, with a teriyaki and a soy glaze. Pretty much very, very simple, a lot of hearty. It's good enough for you, especially if you go to the gym, or if you just had a very hard days at work and you want something very nice and easy to have whilst watching TV. So yeah, let's get this started. So as you want to know, I've gone ahead and prepared the chicken already. It's been pankoed with actual Japanese panko breadcrumbs. You pretty much egg flour it. Well, not egg flour. You just mainly penny it with egg, with a bit of cornstarch. You bread it on top, and then if you want to make it more crispier, you go ahead and do it one more time. So you got a double layer of panko. Pretty much for me, I'll either just go for one, and that's what it looks like. Very easy, very simple, delicious. Normal sauces, as you want to know. Main style of the night, good old classic teriyaki. Can't go wrong with it, freaking love the stuff. And of course, 2 different types of soys. One's the very intense one, one's a very light and fragrant one. The vegetables I'm going to be using tonight, spring onion, chestnut mushrooms, because I love the chestnuts because they're a lot more woody. And of course I've cut the stems off because the stems are actually more good with fibre, so it helps you shit. We got ourselves a big massive chunk of courgette or zucchini, a quarter of a bell pepper, red more likely, and 2 cloves of garlic. Very easy, very simple. I can cook it as you go along. But you might be thinking, what is the second dish, people? I am going to be doing a dessert. With just this little glass. This will be an Eton mess. Very, very simple. Very nice. Very delicious. Very light as well. And very simple. And like I said, Eton mess. We're doing it very, very cheap, very, very quickly, instead of doing that bullshit and making all the meringue and all that shit. And I've not made meringue in over 5 years, so I'm not even bothering doing it because it's too much concert, too much freaking waiting around. First thing you gotta do, if you guys wanna know, turn on your stove and get that oil hot. You want that oil hot, because if you don't heat up the oil and you just put the chicken in, it's just gonna suck up all the oil and it's just gonna be one greasy freaking mess. So, let's get the vegetables prepped up. As you guys know, if you guys are left-handed, use your left hand. If you're right-handed, use your right. Always, with your hands, I'll just show you like this, always have yourself as a guide. You don't want to go and do that. You do that, that thing is gone. Do that, you'll never cook again. Very simple, very easy. And with it, when it comes to chopping anything, depends on what size you guys want. Whether you want thick pieces or thin pieces, is up to you. You can easily have it as how I like it, which is that size. Or you can have it extremely thin, or you can be very, very chunky, or you can have it diced. Whatever you guys want. What's up, Lou? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, pal? What did you freaking say in the chat? Add a finger to the ingredients, it's extra protein. Typical you, Lou. So pretty much you got yourself a nice little chunk of mushrooms here. Nicely broken up. I'm going to go ahead and add the stems. All I'm going to do is just slice them in half. Very simple. It just releases more of the fibre. I'm going to go ahead and pop them over here into the plate. More straightforward, easy. Zucchini, you can have it either way. You can easily have it as in cylinders. What I mainly go ahead and do, I do it in strips. Because as you guys know, these are very, very full of moisture. So you want to release all that moisture in the actual fryer, because if you don't, this is just going to be it's just going to suck up so much stuff, and it's just going to be very, very wet. So you do want to go ahead and extract that moisture from these zucchinis. Some people may be thinking, adding zucchini in like an Asian dish, it's weird, because it's like an Italian type of ingredient. So yes, it's very true, it's very, very Italian. Sometimes it's also a little bit like French as well. I don't care, because it's my choice. I like these vegetables and I like them very much. Now, people would always cut bell peppers like this. Don't do that, because it slides. That's why you want to go ahead and do this. It's more of a guide, and you can just go ahead and slice it very, very easily and finely. Very straightforward, very easy, not too bad and shabby. So that's all in strips. The one thing I want to do now, I'm going to bind them all together and start dicing them. If you guys were in culinary school, you learned that strips there was called bâton, or julienne if you did it in a lot of a thinner cut. For me, all that stuff I'm learning in catering, I'm telling you what the old words all say, load of bollocks, to be honest. All you need to know is they said cut it in strips or thin strips, and then dice it. As long as you know them 3 words, you're perfectly fine. I'm going to quickly wash my hands really quick, because the moisture can really get into your hands, and I don't want that really in my due course. Big, massive spring onion, what I do, because the outer layer can have a lot of dirt in it. Of course, you can wash it, which I would, but for me, very straightforward. Just to get rid of any of the bad layer, just use your knife and just go around it, and there you go, nice and cleaned off. Easy, super easy, very straightforward, can't go wrong. So how's everybody been today recently? I know a lot of you guys might be thinking we're going to be just doing this tonight. We're not, to be honest, because we're just going to go ahead and pretty much have dinner together. We'll talk and everything. But besides that, we are streaming as well tonight. Don't worry your cotton socks off, people. We're doing Tomb Raider tonight. Very straightforward. Nice and easily done. Turn this around to divide the dish. At this moment in time now, I feel like the oil is getting to that point now. Now the best way to check, if you want to know, very easily, that remainder of the breadcrumb that you have left, pop it in. If it starts to fry up, that means it's ready. If it doesn't, then all ready to go. No worries, Lou. I'll go ahead and link you the stream when I play Tomb Raider. Don't you worry about that. Now, garlic. Now, a lot of people prefer lazy garlic, which I understand, but you can't go wrong with fresh garlic. It's fragrant, it's sweet, it's beautiful. Now, a lot of people get annoyed with these because you can't really open these up. Very simple. You either use your palm or just use a knife, and it comes straight off. I fucked that up. Try my hand. There we go. Easy. And there you go. The garlic's out. Very straightforward. And it's out. Easy. Use your hand if you really want to. If you are a person who does not like being messy, use a knife. It's very straightforward. You can't go wrong. It's not science. It's science at the end of the day. And if you love cooking as much as I do, you're going to enjoy it. And like I said, since I actually bashed it with my hand, it's actually flattened it already. So cutting it is going to be twice as easy. And always thinly slice the garlic. If you have it in large chunks, you're going to have a very spicy mouth. And yes, remember, garlic is a bulb. It is a part of the onion family, so it can be quite spicy if you have raw garlic. It is not nice, if you guys want to know. I've tasted raw garlic before, and do not go ahead and kiss a lady afterwards. They're going to break up with you in seconds, people. Holy shit, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to ahead and nicely, thinly slice the garlic. I think the oil is ready now. Yep, it's 100% ready. Let's go ahead and bang it in. There we go. It's nicely sizzling. It's frying up nicely. I keep missing on the chat, which is quite annoying. Welcome back to the stream, Lucian. What am I making today? I am making panko chicken with fried vegetables, with a teriyaki and soy glaze. And then for desserts, of course, making it eat a mess. After I've done that, you want to go ahead and clean up your surface. Okay. Now what I want to do now, I just want to go ahead and scoop up the garlic on my knife. Most of the garlic if I can. Because that'll be ready to be transported into the frying pan in a second. I'll move you a little bit over. Second pan, right here. I almost have a little storage here of normal oil that I use. A little bit. That's all I need. Put that aside. I'll put the heat on. And this is going to get nice and hot. Let the oil heat up, okay? You don't want to go ahead and have a pan that is purely cold, okay? Because if you have cold oil when you're frying up, it's not going to be nice. Seriously, it's going to be absolutely disgusting. The one thing I need to do now, I'm going to get this plate ready with some paper on it. This is just to collect the oil from the actual chicken later on. I'll move this oil around. I'll get my trusty spoon I always use, my wooden spoon. The amount of arses I've slapped with this thing. Whew, tell me about it. Whoa, woof, woof, woof. Right, garlic in. You can already hear it sizzling. You have to be quick now, because if you don't, the garlic will start to burn and then it'll become bitter. And you do not want bitter garlic. It is not nice. It's very, very disgusting. Stir it. Constantly stir if you can. If you don't, remember it's called, you can either have it as a stir fry rice if you want, which is known as stir fries, not stir fried rice. You don't go ahead and just look at it all day long. You have to stir it all day long. As much as you can. And I can already smell the garlic, which is nice. After that, you go for the next part of the onion family, the spring onion. Boy, in it goes. Go ahead and stir that up. Smells lovely. I'm going to put on the fan on just because I don't want the place smoking like I'm thinking into a takeaway shop. Next up, time for the liquids. Bell pepper. Got a lot of moisture. The same thing with the zucchini. You want to reduce that water out of them vegetables. Woo! Now we're cooking, baby. Chicken's nearly done. Look at that, already golden brown, texture like sun, baby. And take that off the heat onto the parchment paper, just to prevent it from getting any oily. Back to this. Smells lovely, people. Smells really good. Next up, the mushrooms. In they go. Remember, mushrooms are woody vegetables. And they do suck up a lot of the moisture, so it will start, the mushrooms will start to reduce and they'll start sucking up the moisture. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower down the heat pretty quick and let me just check on the chat. What's up, Lone Wolf? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, pal? Hello, got a chat lineup. What's up, Jenny? How are you doing, sweetheart? Prayers go to you for tomorrow for your dog. Right, so as you guys know, like I said, 2 different soys. This is my little special one I always make. And this is the good stuff. So, all I do is, I eye it. Swirl it, swirl it. It's just a right amount. Take it off the heat. You leave that, so that mixture that I use is like a thickening type of soy with other types of ingredients. And then if you leave it on the heat when you do that, it makes it bitter and it won't taste good. Next up, the normal soy. Count it, 1, 2, 3. I always go for number 3 because it's the best thing to do. Back on the heat really quick, just to let it heat up a little bit. Whilst that is gaining that heat back, what I'm going to be doing, basmati. Some people will use sushi rice, some people will use other types of rice. If you're an Uncle Ben person, you're an Uncle Ben person. I do not mind what you guys are. It is your choice. I'm not one of the people who will go ahead and make fresh rice daily because I'm not a person who would eat rice every day. If you're a person that eats rice every day, fair enough, you do you, but that's not going to be good for your system as you get older. You'll be fucked up. So yeah, be warned with that, people. Make sure you alternate your food groups, people. If you don't, it's not going to end well for you when you get older. I learned that very, very early in my child life. So it's nicely heated up again. You see it's smoking right now. Woof! Next up, the teriyaki. What I always go for, I go for 2 drops. 1, 2. Get that built into it. Oh, we're coming out fighting. Let that now heat up and let it reduce a little bit. Because whilst it's reducing, all the rest of the vegetables and everything will be cooking with the sauce and it will thicken. If you're a person who does not like thick sauces, fair enough, take it off the heat right now and just have it as it is. But with me, I like to have the sauce a little bit thicker because it'll start to stick to the actual vegetables later on, as well as it sucks up even further when you put the rice in, which I'll be doing next in a second. I'm going to go and turn off the heat down a little bit. I'm going to do one more time with the special soy. There we go. Only a little bit. I hear the mic then go ding. I'm going to spread the vegetables around, just around the edges. Main reason is because this is when I'm going to go ahead and add the rice to it. Like I said, if you can't be arsed cooking rice, buy the packets. They're still good, there's nothing wrong about it. If you're a person who's in the catering industry, I understand you cook professionally well. I don't cook professionally anymore because I'm out of that business. So I'm a person who likes to be a home cook. I do it just because I love it. And I do it because I like teaching people new culinary skills when they don't want to be in that business, but they want to go ahead and cook for whatever they want to do, whether they want to cook for their husband, their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, grandparents, whoever you want to cook for. For me being in my life, I don't cook for really anybody anymore. Well, I never did. I mainly cook for myself because me being a single man, you get them traits. It would be nice though to cook with people, cook for people though, wouldn't it, people? It'd be a nice thing. It'd be a nice thing to do. So pretty much now, I've lowered down the heat to lowest, and all that sauce now is actually being combined with the rice, and the rice has changed colour. It's no longer white now, it's more of like the brownish colour that I like. I'll put it to the side on the edge here because piling it together keeps the heat together. But also, I go for the last little bit of the glaze. Only a little bit. Right on top, just smear on top. Turn off the heat. Put that over there. I'll move the chopping board away. And now it's time for the chicken now. Yep, still hot, which is good to know. Let's get the plate up. Plate on up. Right up here, people. Simple, easy to make, very hearty. Doesn't take long. If I wasn't talking to you guys, I probably would have done this a lot about 10 minutes quicker, but I like talking to you guys. Put that into the sink so it can wash up. needs to present it a little bit more, which I will do that. Next up, trusty knife. There you go, you got yourself fried panko chicken with mixed fried vegetables and rice with a teriyaki and soy glaze on top. That's your dish. Woo! We're going to go ahead and eat together, people, as you guys want to know. If you guys want to eat with me, you can eat with me. I do not mind. Sounds to me you guys are actually enjoying this at the moment. I've not even checked the chat, to be honest. But after we finished doing this, what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to go ahead and sit with you guys, because after I've eaten some of this, we'll be moving on to the pudding. So, yeah, good health. Perfection. That's fucking hot. Oh shit. Let me go get myself a drink. Now, Ponzi restaurateurs, Ponzi celebrities will always go ahead and compliment it with beer, wine, all that shit. I'm old school. You can't go wrong with a bit of classic OJ. Not Simpson though. So whilst I'm eating this with you guys, I'd like to ask you guys though. If you've got some cute questions to ask me right now, whilst I'm eating my dinner, whilst talking to you guys, ask away, because I'll gladly ask that. I'll gladly answer your questions. And then we'll go and move on to the pudding. One thing that makes me laugh though, I was one of them people who absolutely despised mukbangers. Watching them eat with them stupid microphones near their throat, watching them swallow and making all that noise, made me fucking sick. Look at me now. When does moderately famous YouTubers? I fucking hell, that chat went super quick. I need to check it on my phone. Ugh. When does moderately famous YouTuber and musician Lou and Lou have a longer waiting crossover with? Well, Lucian, you could easily go ahead. We can have that collaboration on Thursday. I'll tell you what. There's a funny thing I can tell you guys as well. When I'm in Japan, a lot of people will be thinking when I go to Japan, I just go to the Ponzi restaurants and I go to all the restaurateurs and everything and try all their amazing cuisines. But most of the time when I'm over there, I like to try out the stuff that the normal common people eat. And to be honest, way better than a lot of the big end restaurants. Because they get all their source of the food, like literally next door to them, the stores. But the one thing I'd like to say though with people is that cooking can be a chore. Truly, it can be a chore. But at the end of the day, cooking as well can also be an art. Before I went ahead and worked in retail and everything, I was a trained chef. I worked all my life, rooting to the top, going far and beyond to the top, and then losing it sadly during COVID. But as well, I lost it before COVID. I used to work at the Midland Hotel. I left there because I had a fallout with the head chef. All because he was cheating on his wife. I hated it. So me being a fucking man, but being a stupid person at the same time, which was none of my business, called him out. And lo and behold, I didn't lose my job because he didn't fire me. I quit. But I did it to make sure that she heard, and she was next door, and she overheard it. So pretty much I gained the trust of her, but I lost a lot of fucking confidence on him, which I didn't give a shit because the guy was a scumbag anyway. But after I left there, which is fair enough, I went to work at the Village Hotel. Loved it. One of my favourite places to work. But I felt ill. I felt ill really badly at one point where I couldn't work anymore. I wasn't like being ill constantly. It was because I was falling asleep midway through service at night. So people would class it as like sleep apnea or something like that. So I left there with good terms, and they said to me that the door was always open for me to come back. But for me, I always say to myself, never go back to your old places. Never go back. I'd love to go back, but I can't. But then I went to the worst place in my life, which is the biggest mistake I ever did. Which I'm going to say the place's name anymore, because they're not going to hurt me anymore. They're not going to fucking screw me over for anything because they don't know where I am. And that place is Park Farm. Worst fucking place in the world, people. One of the worst places I've ever worked with. They are fucking poisonous. They're all poisonous, backstabbing bitches. All of them. The workers were perfectly fine. Loved the workers. The workers were absolutely amazing. They were all funny. It was the main people, the main bosses. Very manipulative. Very rude. Didn't like getting into anybody else's way. So if you're in their way, they'd shove you for you to move. And pretty much for me, when it was during COVID, enough was enough, because I said to them I couldn't go back to work because I was shielding with my parents, because they were in the weak and fragile group. They weren't having any of it. They told me to go do as my fucking well told, and when they told me I had to do as I was told, that was it. I gave them my notice and I said to them, go fuck yourselves. I am not going to work in a place where they don't care about people's health, where I could have got COVID, came back home and killed my parents. That's pretty much what they were saying. They're saying, we don't care about your family. If they die, they die. That's it. So to me, that was like the biggest kick in the bollocks. So I pretty much left them, and that was it. And now I work at where I am now, which I won't tell you where, because I'm not supposed to. Bella, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Bella's pretty much right now. Bella's looking for a daddy, my own father. And you guys have not seen Bella in many years. Have you? If you guys have forgotten who Bella was, she's a border collie who I think she's about 11 years old now. I think she's a very, very old dog now, but she still acts like a child. Anyhow, I need to finish off eating this. I will go ahead and move on to the good old pudding. And pudding's going to be very, very nice and fresh and fragrant. And you might be thinking as well, do I feed Bella any of this type of food? I refuse to not to. What I mainly, when I'm cooking and everything, especially when I'm making steaks, any of the off-trim fats, the stuff that I know I can't eat, or I know it's just not even worth it throwing into the food waste because it's not even worth it because it's too much money, I cook it up until it's rare, so it's still got a bit of blood in it, and I give it to Bella. It is perfectly safe for a dog to eat meat, okay? Whether it's cooked or raw. What I mainly do, I cook it for her because I don't want her to have the bad stomach problems. Especially when she's an old dog. So yeah. I think it's time to move on to the pudding, shall we, people? Of course I got a new job, Lou. I work at the same place like you know. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this underway. The rest of that I can eat later on. So now, it's time to move on to something light, fluffy, and delicious at the same time. And what you're going to need is, of course, it's an eat a mess. You can have any type of fruit you want. Whether you want apples, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all of the sun. Whatever you want to choose. I'm more of an easy, straightforward person with strawberries. But as well with eat a mess, you do need to get yourself a good ice cream. Swear by this, people. This is a beautiful, beautiful ice cream. This is the Mackey's of Scotland Raspberry Ripple Real Dairy Ice Cream. Made with fresh milk and cream. Okay? Very, very nice. One thing I do need as well, I need a bowl. Just for prepping up, that's all. The only thing you need is a fork and any type of knife. I'm just going to use a steak knife because it's quite straightforward. One thing you want to do, wash your strawberries just to get rid of any bad debris or any bad insects that might still be knocking about. And just quickly dry them off. I'm just going to go ahead with this to the side here and just cut off the tops. And just to let you guys know, I freaking love strawberries more than anything. Strawberries are like my all-time favourite fruit. Last one. Beautiful. Now, I'm just going to go and quickly slice them in half, just for the moment. So I'm just going to make it a lot easier, that's all. What's wrong with you, Bella? Okay. And don't forget, people, as well, though, even though I'll be streaming later on, I'll still have to clean up and everything. So, of course, clean up the service and everything will take me a bit of time, but it doesn't really matter. So, I got chopped strawberries. Next up, where the sweetness would come in. This just makes it a bit easy to go through. Now get yourself just a little bit of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and mash up the strawberries with the sugar. Now you can easily use a food processor. If you use a food processor, you lose the texture of the strawberries. You do it with a fork, it mushes it, yes, but you'll still get yourself bits of strawberry in every bite. It's not going to be like a liquid. And the sugar is pretty much just to make it a bit more easy to work with. So there we go. So I mushed up the strawberries a little bit. Very nice indeed. So as you see, mushed them up a little bit. Very straightforward. And now, time to plate this up now. Very straightforward, people. Like I said, you can't go wrong with eating mess. You can do any type of eating mess you want. I don't care. Now, like I said, if you want to cheat yourself, cheat yourself. Square cream still does fine, okay? Yeah. You can use normal whipped cream if you want to. You can make your own cream if you want to. I don't care what you guys want to do. Eating mess can be anything you want. I'm just going to do a double whammy. First of all, as well, meringues, like I said, you can make meringues yourself. But do you know how many freaking hours it's going to take you to make good meringue? It's going to take you a while. So all I say to you, just buy them. They still taste good. And all you want to do, crack two. A little bit of the pulp. Just have to quickly clean this really quick, people. The last son of a bitch who used this square cream didn't clean it. I blame my brothers. Okay? I blame my brothers. So. One here. Next side. So you got two sides there with square cream of both milk, of both white and brown. Go ahead and do the ice cream. Right in there. And then rinse and repeat it once again. Final bit of the pulp. I'll go ahead and pour the last little bit of ice cream on top on this side here. The last bit of all things want to be mixed and nice. You can't forget about the bloody flake. And there you have it. Very easy, very simple eating mess. How easy is that, people? Very easy recipe. Super delicious, very delectable, and super easy to make for friends, family, loved ones, or even just if you're alone like myself, yourself. So, once again, let's give it a taste. Love eating mess. And the thing is though, with that, I'll sit down with you again. Do you know one thing I love about them though? The layers. Is it stromini? I can't even pronounce the word now. It's astronomy at its best. Fruit, ice cream, whipped cream, chocolate, meringue, different flavours, different textures. It's at its finest. Beautiful. Very much so, love it. And I can eat these any day. And as well as with this though, what else has layers? Let me guess, onions? Fuck you, mate. But the thing is as well though with this, most simplest thing to do for parties, very, very simple. Every person loves eating mess. If somebody doesn't like eating mess, they're nuts. So does our atmosphere. So, hopefully you enjoyed cooking with Dobbsy. 50 minutes long. Can't go one day, can you? But with it, I got to show you a good fried rice dish and a good little pudding to go with it. Now, as well as that though, would I do another one? Yeah, I would. I'll do another one of these again when I get a chance. Probably Thursday, because I have a day off again on Thursday. Beautiful. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in about an hour or so when we get ourselves back into the rage of Tomb Raider. Hopefully we'll finish it tonight. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, I don't think. Because I have a feeling that we have still got a long way to go. Beautiful. I love puddings. With that being said, the appeal honestly goes to you guys for subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Now, if you don't mind me, I have to go ahead and start cleaning up the pots and pans. Cheerio! Hope you enjoyed it.